Is your score looking like this? Well, after this tutorial, your score will be looking like this. Much better than the other variable. So let's get started. So first, I'm going to make a new variable. I'm going to call it score. And click OK. When green flag clicked, I'm going to set score to 0. And when we click the sprite, I'm going to change the score to 1. So you can see that it's increasing score every time I click this cat. As you can see, this variable looks boring. To make it look better, I'm going to make a new sprite. And I'm going to get the text. And I think I'm just going to do marker. Looks good. So write 0 to 9. And you can also add the outline. So I'm going to call this 0. Make sure the costume number is the same as the number here. So I'm just going to duplicate this. Call this 1. Change this to 1. Once you have gotten until 9, I'm going to make a new costume. Call this nothing. And I'm just going to delete this number. So make sure you have an empty sprite with no number. So once you're done with that, I'm just going to call this score. So when green flag clicked, I'm going to set costume to 0. So now you can see this. Move that there. Now I'm going to do forever. And I'm going to get switch costume to. I'm going to get the first letter of score. So you can see that it's working. But once we get until 10, you see that it doesn't show the 0. I'm just going to take this out of here first. Remove this forever. And get a repeat. Let's just do it 3 times for now. And we're going to create clone. And once I start as a clone, I'm going to make a variable called index for this sprite only. Okay. So we're going to set index to 1. And every time it creates a clone, it's going to change index to 1. I'm going to move 10 steps. So you can see that creates 3 clones. This is the original sprite. So I'm just going to hide that. Hide and show when it starts a clone. So now you can see only 3 clones are created. And I'm going to make sure it goes to 0. Now I'm going to get a division in here. And I'm going to divide the size up here by 2. Now that looks better. I'm going to get 3 ifs. And I'm going to get forever over those. So if again equals, if index is equal to 1, then we're going to switch costume to letter 1 of score. So you can see it's working, but you can see that it's not 300. There's no zeros. So I'm going to duplicate this 2 more times. And if index equals 1, if index equals 2, and if index equals 3, and I'm just going to copy those. So like that. And you can see they're gone. So once we get to 10, you can see that increases the score. But as you can see, if I change this to slider, once we get to 100, once we get to 100, everything looks fine. But if we go over that, so I'm just gonna change slider range to 1000. So once we get over that, you can see the other 0 didn't appear. So if we do this, let's say 6 times, repeat 6 times, and let's duplicate this one more time. 6. Just like this. The number here matches this number. So if I change slider range to 999, 6 nines, you can see it works pretty well. It matches the number. But as you can see, the number like trails off over to the edge, which we don't want. We want to center it. So to do that, I'm going to set X. I'm going to multiply the size divided by 2, put it in here, and I'm gonna get a minus, and then 2 more minuses. We just need 2 minuses, so put one here, and put one here. Get the index, and minus it by 0.5, minus the length of score, divided by 2. So if we put all of this in the set X, make sure this goes in here. So like that. So now it should work. Yep, it's working properly. Centered. Also copies the number from here to here. So 362, 362, 831, 831. So if I just hide this, you can see it works properly and looks much better than the old variable. And yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching.